Benteke Liolo, born 3 December 1990, is a Belgian professional footballer who plays as a striker for Major League Soccer club District of Columbia United and the Belgium national team. Benteke began his career at Standard Liège, playing a part in their 2008-9 Belgian First Division triumph. Following a season at Genk, he was signed for £7 million by Aston Villa. He scored 49 goals in 101 matches for Villa across all competitions, including 19 Premier League goals in his debut season and helping them to the 2015 FA Cup final, before transferring to Liverpool in 2015 for £32 5 million. He spent a single season at Liverpool, scoring a total of 10 goals, before being transferred to Crystal Palace at the start of the 2016-17 season. Benteke has earned over 40 caps for Belgium since making his debut in 2010. He missed the 2014 FIFA World Cup through injury, but was part of their team that reached the quarter-finals of UEFA Euro 2016, also featuring at Euro 2020. Early life. Benteke was born in Kinshasa in 1990. He and his family fled during the Mobutu regime and in 1993 emigrated to Liège, Belgium. Standard Liège and Genk. Benteke played youth football for GS Perouse and later Standard Liège before moving to Genk. He rejoined Standard in January 2009 and scored 3 goals in 12 matches as the Walloon club won the 2008-9 Belgian Championship. On 7 August 2009, he joined KV Kortrijk on loan for a season, where he scored 14 goals in the Belgian Pro League, including 5 goals in the Championship playoffs, as the club achieved its best ever finish. He spent the following season on loan at KV Mechelen as part of the transfer of Alain Nong, who moved from Mechelen to Standard Liège. Benteke's spell at Mechelen was less successful, with 7 goals from 25 appearances. He returned to Genk from Standard in August 2011 for an undisclosed fee, and went on to score 16 goals and register 9 assists in 20 starts during the 2011-12 season. After beginning the 2012-13 season with 3 goals from 5 league matches, Benteke was subject of an offer of Euro 6 from Premier League club Aston Villa in August 2012. 2012-13 season. On 31 August 2012, Benteke joined Premier League club Aston Villa on a 4-year deal for a fee believed to be around £7 million. On 15 September 2012, Benteke scored on his debut for Aston Villa in a 2-0 win against Swansea City, after coming on as a substitute for Austrian forward Andreas Weimann. The goal came when Swansea defender Ashley Williams headed the ball into Benteke's path, which he then lifted over the keeper and tapped in on the volley. Villa manager Paul Lambert praised Benteke's performance on his debut, calling him unplayable. He then scored Villa's only goal in a 1-1 home draw with Norwich City. He added a further 2 goals to his tally during a 3-2 victory over Swindon Town in the League Cup. He scored the winner in a 1-0 Premier League victory for Villa against Reading at Villa Park on 27 November to continue his impressive start in English football. Benteke then scored Villa's 4th goal in a 4-1 League Cup win over Norwich City at Carrow Road. Benteke further added to his impressive start in Premier League football by scoring 2 goals in Villa's 3-1 win against Liverpool at Anfield on 15 December. In addition to the 2 goals, he also assisted Villa's 2nd goal with a back heel to Andreas Weimann. Paul Lambert said afterwards that Benteke has been unbelievable, after already stating midweek post-Norwich that you run out of things to say about the guy, how well he's performing and how young he is. Around Christmas time, Tottenham Hotspur manager Andre Villas-Boas is reportedly interested in signing Benteke, referring to him as the season's surprise package. After not scoring for 3 games, Benteke scored Villa's first penalty kick in almost a year in a 2-2 draw away to Swansea City in Villa's first game of 2013. He recorded his 10th goal of the season, with a 28-yard strike against West Midlands rivals West Bromwich Albion in a 2-2 draw at the Hawthorns. The goal was nominated for January's Goal of the Month competition or Match of the Day. He then netted Villa's first goal in their 2-1 League Cup semi-final victory over Bradford City. However, the victory was not enough as Bradford won 4-3 on aggregate to progress to the final. Former England striker Michael Owen called him one of the signings of the season and posted a tweet the day after the semi-final saying, "I'm seriously impressed with Benteke, what a player." Benteke continued his rich scoring form with a goal against Newcastle United and a brace against Everton, in a game that Villa had led 3-1 at one point but eventually finished 3-3. He racked up his 15th goal in all competitions, as well as tallying 6 goals in 5 games when he scored a penalty in a 2-1 victory against West Ham United on 10 February 2013. This was Villa's first league victory in 8 games since Benteke inspired the win against Liverpool back in December. Benteke scored a deflected goal in a 2-1 victory at Reading, scoring the club's 1,000th goal in the Premier League in the process. The following week he went on to score a goal that sealed a 3-2 win over Queen's Park Rangers. He then scored the third goal to seal a 3-1 win against relegation rival Stoke City at the Britannia Stadium. Benteke was nominated for the PFA Young Player of the Year after his excellent debut season, eventually finishing as runner-up to eventual double award winner Gareth Bale. On 29 April, Benteke scored his first hat-trick for Aston Villa in a 6-1 thrashing of Sunderland. These goals also saw him exceed Dwight Yorke's record for most Premier League goals in a season 18 by an Aston Villa player and pass the 20-goal mark in all competitions, becoming the first player to do so for Villa since Juan Pablo Angel in the 2003-04 season. On 11 May, Benteke scored Villa's only goal in a 2-1 loss to Chelsea, but in the second half he was sent off after receiving his second yellow card for a high boot on John Tay, meaning he would miss the last game of the season. 2013-14 season. Benteke's 23 goals in 2012-13 led to speculation about his future, and in early July he submitted a transfer request. Villa said he could leave only if their valuation were met, but a fortnight later he withdrew his transfer request after talks with manager Paul Lambert and signed a new 4-year contract with the club. On his second pre-season appearance, he scored a hat-trick against Crewe Alexandra in a 5-1 victory. He finished pre-season with 7 goals in 5 appearances, including 2 goals against Malaga at Villa Park. On 17 August 2013, Benteke scored twice, once from a penalty and one headed goal via a rebound from a missed penalty, in Aston Villa's 3-1 away win against Arsenal on the opening day of the 2013-14 Premier League season. 4 days later, Benteke scored against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge in a 2-1 defeat. He scored his 4th goal in as many games, as Villa comfortably beat League One side Rotherham United 3-0 in the League Cup second round. He continued scoring, as he racked up his 5th goal in all competitions, against Newcastle United in a 2-1 defeat at Villa Park. However, his brilliant early season form was abruptly ended, as he was injured in the next match against Norwich City. It was later confirmed that he would be out for up to 6 weeks with a hip flexor injury. However, he made his comeback earlier than expected, after coming on as a substitute against Tottenham Hotspur a month later in a 2-0 defeat. After loss of form and nagging injuries prevented Benteke scoring for 12 games, his last goal being against Newcastle on 14 September, he eventually ended his drought against Arsenal in a 1-2 defeat on 13 January 2014. He followed this up with goals in back-to-back games against Liverpool and West Bromwich Albion, in a 2-2 draw and 4-3 victory respectively. Having not scored throughout February, the Belgian then scored a superb overhead volley as well as a header, in an eventual 4-1 home victory against Norwich City on 2 March. On 3 April 2014, Benteke suffered a rupture of his Achilles tendon while training and was ruled out for at least 6 months, missing the remainder of the season and the 2014 FIFA World Cup. 2014-15 season. On 2 November 2014, Benteke was given a straight red card by referee Neil Swarbrick for pushing the face of Tottenham Hotspur's Ryan Mason after Mason had stuck his face in Benteke's chest. Villa had been winning at the time, but went on to lose 2-1. The incident led to both clubs being fined £20,000 sterling by the FA for failing to keep their players under control. He scored his 2nd goal of the season against Manchester United in a 1-1 draw at Villa Park. It took him until early March to score his next goal, a 94th minute penalty in a local derby against rivals West Bromwich Albion. On 7 April, he scored his 2nd Premier League hat-trick in a 3-3 draw with Queen's Park Rangers. 12 days later, he equalised as Villa came from behind to defeat Liverpool and reached the 2015 FA Cup final, their first for 15 years. On 2 May, he scored twice in a 3-2 win at home to Everton, taking him to a total of 11 goals in 9 matches since the arrival of Tim Sherwood as manager. 6 days later, Benteke was announced as the Premier League Player of the Month for April. He played the full 90 minutes in the FA Cup final as Villa lost 4-0 to Arsenal, being beaten to a header by Per Mertesacker for the 3rd goal of the rout. Liverpool. On 22 July 2015, Liverpool completed the signing of Benteke on a long-term contract after meeting his release clause of £32 5 million, at the time making him their second most expensive transfer ever. He made his debut on 2 August in a pre-season friendly at Swindon Town, putting Liverpool into the lead with a volley as they went on to win 2-1. On 9 August, Benteke made his competitive debut by starting in a 1-0 win at Stoke City. 8 days later, he scored his first league goal for Liverpool in a 1-0 home win over newly promoted Bournemouth. On 12 September, he scored an overhead kick in a 3-1 defeat to rivals Manchester United. After missing several games through injury, Benteke returned to score in consecutive games as a substitute on 25 and 31 October, a 1-1 draw against Southampton, and a 3-1 away win against Chelsea. On 26 December, he replaced compatriot Divock Origi in the first half of a home fixture against league leaders Leicester City and scored the only goal in a victory that curtailed the visitors' 9-game unbeaten run. On 8 January 2016, Benteke was named as captain for Liverpool's FA Cup third-round tie with Exeter City at St James' Park. On 11 May 2016, Benteke scored his 10th goal of his only season at Liverpool with the 92nd-minute equaliser in the team's final home game of 2015-16, a 1-1 draw with Chelsea. Benteke was often found on the bench because he wasn't fitting into Jurgen Klopp's style of play. Because of this, he ended his stint at Liverpool after making 42 appearances and scoring 10 goals. Crystal Palace. On 20 August 2016, fellow Premier League side Crystal Palace completed the signing of Benteke on a 4-year deal for a fee of £27, which could rise by a further £5, bringing the total fee to £32. On 10 September 2016, Benteke scored his first goal for Palace in a 2-1 victory against Middlesbrough in his second league game. On 24 September 2016, Benteke headed home a goal against Sunderland in the 94th minute to cap Palace's comeback from 2-0 down to win 3-2. On 3 December 2016, Benteke's birthday, he scored twice in a 3-0 win over Southampton that ended Palace's run of 6 consecutive defeats. Benteke marked his return to Anfield, the ground of his former club Liverpool, with 2 goals in a 2-1 win on 23 April 2017. He finished his first season with Palace as their top scorer, with 15 league goals and 17 in total. The next season was less successful, with Benteke not scoring until December, and finishing the season with just 3 league goals in 30 appearances. In an injury-affected 2018-19 season, Benteke scored once in 19 appearances in all competitions and had not scored by October of the 2019-20 campaign. Despite this loss of form, in that same month, he signed a contract extension keeping him at Crystal Palace until the end of the 2020-21 season. On 16 May 2021, Benteke headed in a goal against his former club Aston Villa as Palace twice came from a goal behind to win 3-2. It was Benteke's 31st headed goal in the Premier League, joining the top-10 all-time list, equal with Tim Cahill. With a goal against Arsenal in Palace's next match, Benteke scored in 4 consecutive Premier League games for the first time in over 8 years. In June 2021, Benteke signed a further contract extension until the end of the 2022-23 season. DC United. In August 2022, Benteke signed for MLS club District of Columbia United on a 2.5-year contract. International career. Benteke was a member of the Belgium U17 team at the 2007 FIFA U17 World Cup in South Korea, where he played 3 games and scored once. On 19 May 2010, he made his senior debut for the Belgium national team in a friendly match against Bulgaria in Brussels after his former coach at Kortrijk, Georges Leekens, became national coach. On 15 August 2012, he scored his first goal in a 4-2 win against the Netherlands. Since then, he has become a regular starter for Belgium under Mark Wilmots. On 29 May 2013, he scored twice in a 4-2 friendly victory against the United States in Cleveland, Ohio. He scored 2 goals in 7 appearances during qualifying for the 2014 FIFA World Cup, but was ruled out of the tournament finals with a ruptured Achilles tendon. Benteke returned to Belgium's squad for the UEFA Euro 2016 qualifying campaign, scoring his first international goal for 2 years in a 5-0 defeat of Cyprus on 28 March 2015. He was selected for the final tournament in France and made his tournament debut in the second group game on 18 June, replacing Romelu Lukaku for the last 7 minutes of a 3-0 win over the Republic of Ireland in Bordeaux. He played 3 more minutes in place of the same player 4 days later in a victory over Sweden, but took no further part as the Belgians reached the quarter-finals and lost to Wales. On 10 October 2016, Benteke set a record for the fastest goal in a World Cup match, either qualifying or the finals, when he scored after 8.1 seconds against Gibraltar in a 2018 FIFA World Cup qualifying match, breaking the 23-year-old record previously held by David Gualti. He scored twice more to complete his first hat-trick for Belgium. He was left out of the final Belgium 23-man squad for the 2018 FIFA World Cup, despite initially being named in the preliminary squad. On 17 May 2021, Benteke was included in a final 26-man squad for the rearranged FIFA Euro 2020. Personal life. Benteke is a Christian. Media. Benteke's goal celebration, which features him beating his chest, is taken from LeBron James. The celebration appears in EA Sports video game FIFA 18. Club. Appearances and goals by club. International. National team year: apps: goals Belgium 2010 3-0, 2011 0-0, 2012 6-4, 2013 8-2, 2014 3-0, 2015 5-1, 2016 6-3, 2017 2-2, 2018 1-0, 2019 3-3, 2020 1-0, 2021 5-2, 2022 2-1, 45 18. Scores and results list. Belgium's goal tally first. Score column indicates score after each Benteke goal. Note that the friendly of Belgium against Romania on 14 November 2012 is not a FIFA match due to an excessive number of substitutions according to the laws of the game. Almost. Standard Liège Belgian First Division, 2008-9. Aston Villa FA Cup runner-up, 2014-15. Liverpool Football League Cup runner-up, 2015-16. UEFA Europa League runner-up, 2015-16. Individual Premier League Player of the Month, April 2015.